What's up, guys? Today I want to go over one thing that you might look over when it comes to getting into real estate investing, because most of you all will be marketing for motivated sellers of code violations, vacant houses, the big ugly ones. But when you get out there, you're unprepared. Today I'm going to talk to you about what I take when I go to see your property on a belly-to-belly, face-to-face appointment with the seller. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Swan Belcher. This is me taking action, and this actually came up because we've been making a lot more offers, doing a lot more marketing in our local area, and we've been in some ugly houses. But when we got there, we realized it didn't have any power, right? And in this house, because it's surrounded with so many trees and so many bushes, and and in a neighborhood that was kind of we didn't really know if we should have went in. Now the thing is about wholesaling, the thing is about real estate investing, whenever there's an opportunity and there's $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 on the line, are you really not gonna try to maximize that opportunity? Heck no. And if you do, send them deals to me, okay? You guys gotta tighten up. You guys gotta tighten up right now. And in order to capture these deals quickly and easily, you need to be prepared when you get there. So I'm gonna show you a couple things that I bring out to me on appointments that helps me lock up the deals, helps me take the best pictures, helps me, helps me do what I need to do so I can make the most amount of money in the quickest amount of time using real estate investing. First things first, it's the phone, okay? You gotta bring your phone, okay? You need your phone. You need your phone. Most people, they're gonna take pictures on your phone. Now, let me tell you that inside of your phone, when you're taking pictures and you do the zoom out, that feature on 0.5x, when you can see like a lot of the room, you want to take that, okay? You want to shoot from the hip. That'll allow you to get most of the bedroom from wall to wall in your picture, okay? And you want a lot of pictures. You want a lot of good pictures, bright pictures, so that way you don't have to show every buyer the house physically. If you can take a good 50 to 70 pictures showing each and every corner, crevice, good or bad thing in the house, that will save you time and allow your buyers to make confident offers just by looking at the pictures, okay? Now, also in my phone, I like to have a couple different things in here as well. So I like the Genius Scan app, Genius Scan, okay? Genius Scan is essentially, it takes your paper contract and turn it into a PDF. Now, I don't like holding paper on me. I like to keep everything, kind of like digital. And so if I get a seller, if I do my job and I get the seller to agree on the spot, I have my contract, right? If I have my contract and they sign it, I want to be able to give them the physical copy, scan it, make it a PDF, and then boom, send it over to the attorney. Because remember, speed, okay? Speed of implementation is gonna put you on top. If you send that document to the attorney right then and there, it's under contract, it's in escrow. There's no opportunity for them to talk to anybody else about buying that property, okay? Now we have entered into a legal agreement and is with my legal business partner, my attorney, okay? The next one I like to have up is the Zillow app, okay? The Zillow app, I like to pull up recent comps so that way I can negotiate on the fly or even have some kind of proof of concept with the seller. I also like to have DocuSign as well in my phone, just in case they have like a family member or relative who's not there. I can once again scan that document, scan the purchase agreement, and send to them to sign right then and there. And I also like to have Deal Machine, okay, on my app. So Deal Machine is the Driving for Dollars app. So if we're in the neighborhood and the house next door, just like yesterday, the house next door was in the same shape, we can easily and conveniently get the owner name and phone number and message them, says, hey, I just bought the house next door. Would you consider selling? I just talked to Miss Mary. We came up with this agreement. She gave me your name. Let's talk about your house, okay? And then lastly, inside of my phone, I have our CRM, which is Podio. which just allows me to keep our CRM updated. Hey, boom, I got a contract. Helps keep the team influenced, help keeps the company together. Your CRM is everything, okay? So that's the most important thing that you bring is your phone, okay? Now the next one is this bad boy right here, okay? Now some people bring a crowbar, okay? But I like bringing like a big hammer, okay? I like bringing a big hammer because for the vacant houses that's boarded up already, and you gotta get inside to take pictures, you need to be able to take the boards off and then nail them back on so that way, you know, you can show your buyers the property, okay? This is a big one of why new wholesalers don't sell their properties. How can you show a buyer a property if you've never been inside? If the house is boarded up, you gotta take it off. You gotta take the board off. In my opinion, I will leave the board off. I'll have my handyman change the locks for me, and then I'll use this boy right here. I'll use the keypad lock, right? It's just like a combination lock, and you put the new key inside of here. So one trick to the trade is whenever the seller says they don't have the key, always change the lock, because when you put it out there to your buyers, and you give them a key, okay? You put it in this lockbox, you give them a key to get inside, they feel safer inside of that house, which makes them more confident, which makes them feel like that house has more value and they're willing to pay more just because you gave them a key, it unlocks and locks the door. Instantly, you're gonna get more for that house just because you spent $50 on some locks and $50 to pay your handyman. I mean, that's like $3,000 at least, $5,000 at least of value you just added to your contract just by changing the locks, okay? Now, yesterday, since there wasn't any Duke power, the first thing we think about is how we're gonna see in these pictures, okay? So at first I was like, hey, you know, let me bring my flashlight, okay? A good one that like actually lights up the room, okay? So we took our flashlight, out there. Super handy, because once again, if you don't got no power, you're gonna need to take pictures and people need to see stuff. So you shine it up in the corner, take a picture, right? So the first thing we do at a vacant house is we always walk around the property, but my acquisition had been there for like 30 minutes already. So he was kind of antsy. Now this guy just started working with us maybe like a month ago, and we hadn't walked a vacant one yet. So once I got there, he had been there for 30 minutes. I thought he had already did like the walk around to make sure there was no squatters in the building, so we're not putting our life at danger, right? And so once we walk in, he said, yeah, the door was already open. I said, bro, the door was already open? You didn't walk around the building already? It smelled like smoke in there. There was like some crackers and a beer right there on the fireplace. I'm like, yo, hold on, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? First, you walk around the perimeter of the property to make sure nobody's there, okay? If you feel like somebody is there, you go back to the front door. You kick on the door as hard as you can. And if you're in here, you got to go. That's what you say. And you walk back around the building and see if they're gonna run out the backside, and then you go inside, okay? Now, that's where this little boy comes in, okay? So I like a couple different guns, okay? When I first started, let me show you the first one. All right, when I first started, and I was at the car dealership still, this is the one that I would bring out. Really, this is just my, as a small handgun, Taurus, this is the one that I would have out. When we bought the 60,000 square foot warehouse building, we'll put a picture of it so you can see. This joint was crazy. It had been vacant for like 10 years. This is what I bought out there with me in the 60,000 square foot warehouse building. And that joint was wild. It was a bunch of squatters in there, maybe like 30 people living in there. And so, and you'd be surprised. This seems extra, but you don't know who's in these houses. And at the end of the day, especially when it's wintertime like right now, everybody needs a place to stay, okay? And people are just staying in these random houses. They're doing some random stuff, okay? So it ain't nothing wrong with having a little protection on you. Now, this is what I used to carry. Now, this is a little extra, okay? This is a little extra, but I take it around for fun. It looks cool, and also it scares people, okay? So this is a bigger one. But what you mainly need is just some kind of flashlights. I prefer some kind of protection. A big flashlight. You definitely need the big hammer, okay, or crowbar. Oh, and I do like to have a drill too. I definitely like to have a drill. So, you know, if I have to put the board back, I can put the board back if it has screws. Because sometimes they don't use nails, because nails you can just pull them out. Sometimes they do use screws. But I like to have all of this stuff. Ooh, I forgot the most important thing. Most important thing is that you have a folder with all of your contracts, okay? You need to have a folder with your blank contracts. Every appointment. Matter of fact, just go ahead and print out your contracts, leave them blank, put them in your book bag, take your book bag everywhere you go. Because the last thing you want to do is get to the house, the seller is there, you like the house, the seller likes you, they're ready to sign a contract and you don't have it. That's the last thing you want. It's the last thing you want. Because if I call them in between you getting home and sending her one in the email, I'm a better closer than you. And you're gonna lose that deal. That's happened to me before. So take this advice, okay? Take this advice to get more deals on the contract, to perform faster, right? To take better pictures so you can get the most amount of money per deal. Think about this real quick. Think about this. If you forget your flashlight and you're not able to take pictures, if you don't bring a lockbox so that your buyers could get in the property, and that causes you to lose, let's call it $1,000 a deal, and you do 12 deals for the year. This is a low number, but you do 12 deals for the year. So essentially, you just lost $12,000 all because you didn't bring your flashlight, okay? Don't be silly like that, okay? Learn from my mistakes. Actually take action on the information that we found, that we talked over today. And if you found value in the video, go ahead and subscribe and like. We're doing our best to put out as many videos as possible to help you guys learn how to maximize real estate investing by simply using your head, marketing to motivated sellers, making them irresistible offers. These days is working for me is taking over payments. November 26th, we got a live training how you can buy a house without qualifying for a loan. Let's get into it. Peace, y'all.